Welcome to a brief introduction to Hydra Exm. We will take a look at the main features of the web version of Exm, as well as the Google, Android and Apple iOS companion apps. Let's get straight to it. Using the login link in your invitation email or by going to exm.hydra.cloud, accessing Exm is really simple. Just enter your username and password and hit login. The straightforward web interface gives you access to these sections across the top, and for each of these provides a submenu down the left hand side for you to navigate around. You will be able to monitor the progress of your company's business plan and will also contribute with regular updates on the status of your objectives and the progress of your actions. By updating this information, typically once a month, you will assist the board in tracking the latest status of the business plan. The first screen you're presented with is the overview screen, showing a list of all the value drivers, objectives and actions you are involved with. Let's take a moment to review the differences between them. Value drivers. These are top level goals. Where do you want to go with the business? They are measurable and can be tracked by a number, a percentage or a monetary value. Value drivers have actions and objectives associated with them for a company team member or executive to complete, driving progress towards that value driver. An example of a value driver is something that is outside of your direct control and may be that you want to achieve 3 million in new sales this year. Objectives. These are outside of your control and are similar to value drivers but are more focused on how do we get there. They are also tracked by a number, a percentage or a monetary value. However, they contribute to an existing value driver and can be considered as supporting objectives. An example of an objective might be to achieve new sales with existing customers of 250,000 per quarter. Finally, we have actions. Actions are in your direct control, unlike the others, and are activities that need to be performed by someone. You need at least one action per value driver or objective, and an action will need to be assigned to a member of the team. An example could be create and launch a new marketing campaign to all existing customer demographics in the United Kingdom. With that in mind, the value drivers and objectives that you have access to are shown here, and the actions are shown in this tab. You can see the S-curve, which is the performance based on the completed actions for this value driver, or the measurable status based on the provided results. One of the most important tasks is to update the objectives results by clicking the update button and editing the actual values. Make sure to add a comment for each update. This is typically done by the individual assigned to the value driver or objective. You can open the objectives details screen by clicking on its name. Here you can see any participants and targets, as well as any supporting objectives and associated actions. There may also be some risks and issues for this objective too. Supporting objectives and actions can be added from the screen by clicking the Add button in the relevant area and filling out the details. It is important that at least one action exists for each value driver or objective. To configure your objectives KPIs, click here and fill out the required details. If you do not require KPI tracking, check the box at the top to turn the objective into an initiative. Back in the overview screen, you may have actions assigned to you. To manage your actions easily, click and drag to move an action from not started to in progress or from in progress to complete. If it's in progress, drag the slider if there has been any change, or tick the checkboxes if using checklists. And finally, provide a comment to share what changed for those that need to know. Next, let's look at the company in more detail. Click the company at the top within the company view. The first place that you'll get to is the dashboard. You can configure this to show whatever you like. The dashboard serves as one place to see how many value drivers or objectives you have and perhaps their health or overall progress of the company against the action and vision you are working towards. Let's also take a look at the value plan and the structure of our objectives. This simple view allows you to see all the value drivers, objectives and actions together. Here it is easy to see which objects are nested in others. Before you can assign people to actions, you will need to add them to the team. The team screen allows you to create new team members or check in on the performance of existing ones. To wrap up, there's one more feature to be aware of: update messages. Here you can see how many new messages you have from other team members. The messages can be from anyone collaborating on an objective, action or value driver that you are working with. So that's the web interface. To accompany it, we also have the Hydra Exm App for Google Android and Apple iOS. Follow the download links on the login page to install them, and once you have logged in, it will provide you with an easy, real-time view of your company, value drivers, objectives, actions, update messages, and more. You can even configure it to trigger alerts when certain thresholds are reached. So there we go. That's been a brief introduction to the system. We have designed EXM to be friendly and easy to use. We hope you enjoy using it to keep your finger on the pulse of your key interests and to collaborate with other members of your team. Thank you.